C. McDermott, President and CEO. It's a problem that, well, everybody's experiencing. And I'll say the word first. Pivot. When did you guys realize that this was going to be a year like no other and you had to take creative action?
You know, it was March 12th. We had actually had artists loading into the Palladium and had to tell them to unload and get back in the trucks and leave. And it was within a few days after that, it was pretty clear that we were going to have to make some significant changes to have any kind of a season and any kind of ability to fulfill our mission.
A lot of performing entities probably came up with short-term plans. How quickly were you thinking long-term through the rest of the year?
Within a couple of days.
Okay,
literally,
sure.
literally. I've learned that I work with some of the most creative people you can imagine, as I'm sure you do here. The people in the arts think very broadly and think very differently. And I gathered a team of people. We called it our Hatch Committee. They hatch new ideas literally daily and are coming up with all sorts of ways to fulfill the mission in completely different ways than ever before.
Well, let's walk through some of the ways that people can still experience the Center for the Performing Arts. You're doing these virtual field trips.
We are, yeah. It's called Performing Arts Connect. It's virtual field trips of other arts institutions around the country on, I'm trying to think, December 1st. We have a Jim Henson Trivia Night live.
I've already texted my daughter about that.
Okay.
She's not a Muppet nut. She's a Jim Henson nut.
Well, there you go.
So we will be tuning in.
Yeah, that'll be live from the Center of Puppetry. Who knew there was such a place in Atlanta, Georgia? So.
Okay, maybe she can get a scholarship there, that sort of thing. You are still having some performances, but just not audiences.
That's true. Now we're starting to have some audiences, and of course Governor Holcomb just pulled that back again, appropriately so. And so we're all virtual now once again. We have a program called Live at the Center where we're actually featuring regional artists.
Yeah.
Some great regional artists actually. We invested in 5 different cameras. We've turned the Center for the Performing Arts into essentially a studio at all of our venues where we can bring live entertainment virtually to the entire community.
I saw that singer-songwriter Jen Christie was one of those that's going to perform. Make sure you get one of those cameras on her bare feet. just for a couple seconds.
We'll just focus one right there.
It really establishes her attitude, that sort of thing.
We'll focus one right there.
Exactly. So, but other than that, you're also, I mean, it's not just entertaining. It's opportunities to educate as well.
Exactly. So we've got, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, while we're known for our big shows and our national and international touring artists, we also have a very robust educational program. And we're bringing educational programming to people virtually now as well.
That's great. I would think anyone that is well, not even struggling, even if they're thriving with virtual learning, another opportunity, another resource would be beneficial.
Yeah, exactly. We have a program called the Car Front Seat Program, sponsored by Car Global, and that we bring in artists and other people from around the country, and now we're doing it virtually and live virtually, but it's for high school and college age kids who are artistic, who have great interests, whether it's music arts or other type of arts, and it's Q&A sessions with them, opportunities for interaction that they would never otherwise get.
Well, I'm none of those things, but I'm curious about the Broadway stage manager. I'm always watching, we were watching Hamilton for the first time as a family last weekend, and I was just looking at the set. There's award-winning performance going on right in front of my eyes, but I'm looking at how did they build that? How do they move that? How does that happen? How does it
and those are exactly the kind of questions that these young people will be able to ask of David Lober, who's coming into us, who's a Broadway stage manager, and it's an opportunity for kids interested in theater to really talk to someone who's in the thick of it and ask them, how do you do that?
Yeah, exactly. Looking behind the curtain, so to speak. And jazz, you got a strong representation for jazz.
Yeah, Jazz Talk is, we've got a great jazz series under normal circumstances. We're not able to do that right now, but Jazz Talk is a program, educational program with Todd Williams and our very own Vice President of Programming, Doug Tatum, who has forgotten more about jazz than I'll ever know. And they have great sessions, live sessions, where they just talk about the jazz greats and the history of it.
There you go. From Muppets to Miles Davis. You guys have it all covered.
We try to be versatile.
Okay, where can we go to learn more?
You can learn more at thecenterpresents.org.
Okay.
Thecenterpresents.org. All of our programming is there, ability to watch all of this. The streaming platforms are all available right there.
World-class venue, world-class talent. We'll put those links on indystyle.tv. Thank you so much. Have a good, happy, healthy, safe holiday.
Thanks. Same to you. Appreciate you having me.